Hirsch's collected writings were put together in the form of the Jewish year. Every month has its festivals. And so much of what he writes is centered around the festivals. Yet without question, the month where he really gives the essence of what he believes in is the month of Cheshvan. By the way, Cheshvan for short, the real name of the month is Marcheshvan. There are no festivals in the month of Cheshvan. Hirsch quotes a pasuk which he says is the mitzvah of the month of Cheshvan. The pasuk says, after you come up to Yerushalayim, you come to the Beis HaMikdash, you spend time here, you bring your sacrifices. Ufanisa vaboker v'halachta lo halecha, you turn around in the morning and go home. He said that's what the month of Cheshvan is all about. It's taking everything we felt for Rosh Hashanah, Elul, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Simchas Torah, taking all of that and turning that into practical life, where he comes up with his philosophy of Torah and Derech Eretz. It's taking all of those high moments. We were up in the clouds. Taking all of that and turning that into a way of life. You know, in the world of the yeshivas, the winter Zman begins in Cheshvan, takes you through Nisan. It's not just the month of Cheshvan. This is really what winter Zman is about. It's the longest part of the year. It's the longest Zman. Everything that was clear to you on Yom Kippur, everything that was meaningful to you and inspiring on Sukkot, that joy you felt on Simchas Torah. Okay, now sit down in the Beis Medrash. What does that look like? What does it look like in the way you study and the way you learn? What does it look like in the way you daven? What does that look like in your Bein Adam L'Chavero, the way you deal with the people around you? We connect with some real lofty ideas in those days. Not to mention the plan we presented Hashem with. Making sure that the Zman is based on that. Winter, okay, winter comes a little late here. But winter gets cold, rainy, muddy. That's the time of year that makes for what grows in the summer. It's the long nights of the winter that build us, that get us to grow. As we start this Zman, make sure you have clear goals. Make sure you have a clear understanding of where you want to get to and how to get there. And then, of course, the Zman is the time you make sure not to lose focus. In the Gesher class this morning, we were talking about the first seif in Shulchan Aruch, where there's a machlokes, the Machaber and the Ramah. The Shulchan Aruch says, get up before daybreak. The Ramah says, at least don't miss the time that they daven. What do they have in common? They're both telling you to plan when you're getting up in the morning. There's no such thing as making your decision when you wake up. You can decide the night before how much sleep you need. It's not when you wake up that you're saying, I'm sleeping in. Everything in life calls for pre-planning. Hopefully, the months of Elul and Tishrei gave us the ability to plan. If it wasn't practical enough, it was just theory, make it practical now. Prepare yourself a roadmap of what you're going to do this Zman. Starting point, what do you want to arrive at? What are the milestones along the way? And how are you going to get there? That's the way to have a productive Zman. We all know the difference between a successful business and one of those that will always remain a mama papa store and never grow. A big business, a business that grows, is one that operates on plans. Otherwise, at best, you're static. You're always in survival mode. So concretize your plans and really make use of the winter, the long Zman, the long nights. Let everyone here be the person they want to be by the time this Zman comes to an end. Remaining the same is not an option. We're all here to grow. Have that image and the plan. And you'll have that siyata d'shmaya, that help from heaven, to really arrive at that point. This should be such a productive Zman for every one of us.